Christmas to us all.
And Merry Christmas to us all.
And God bless us, everyone.
You're listening to League Podcast, episode 428. This week, GeorgeCScott's Christmas Carol. I'm Matt Dearson.
John Cratchit.
Oh, Fezziwig here. Clay Perno.
Welcome, one and all. We're going to start a new thing for December. Going to do a few holiday specials.
For at least for 1 week.
I think we'll probably keep it going. No? All right, never mind.
Sounds good.
But, okay, if not, we'll just forget I said any of this. But at least for tonight, for today, we're going to be doing Christmas. And this is what we call our War on Christmas. Or do we have to say holidays? I mean, we're celebrating.
I was thinking that it would be like War on A Christmas Carol instead of like versus.
Sure.
So we do like something like War on the Grinch.
I see.
Or War on...
Spoiler alert.
War on Elf 2021.
All right. Maybe.
I'm planning next year's holiday thing. We haven't decided if we're doing holidays till after this week even.
This is our first, this is our first one. We're like 2 minutes into this one. You're planning next holiday season. But we're going to do the GeorgeCScott Christmas Carol, which was a BBC and ABC, I believe, production.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Could be right. I could be wrong because I had
I believe you.
Last week I said Rodin didn't shoot stuff out of his mouth, and I was wrong. He did.
Thank you.
I apologize. Okay. I was thinking of lasers, not like
freaking lasers, man.
Not like
stuff. He didn't shoot like Godzilla, like fire.
Apologies. That's my correction from last week.
I appreciate that.
And we'll do it.
I was like, I thought for sure.
No, you were right. You were right. Sorry, I was sick last week. So, and I feel as long as we're doing corrections, when we talked about Mank on Netflix a few weeks back, it wasn't Mank from Superman. It was his like uncle or something that worked
close.
Well, I made some edits there, but I didn't. I think I missed one. So we were still just using the word Mank, even though it was a different guy.
That's it.
But that's okay. This is about, the holiday season. It's time for forgiving. So forgive us for our mistakes.
Put those flagellation sticks away. This isn't Ebenezer Scrooge's time, You don't need to beat yourself up.
Right. So this was made for TV.
Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't know it, though. If you didn't know it was made for TV, it is of theatrical quality, I feel, of the time.
Well, here's something I wanted to say.
In England, it was released in theaters.
Here's something I wanted to ask. Like, I remember watching this when it was, like, on TV. This is, like, when I wish that Ken Reed was... I got to call my lifeline, call Ken Reed, because, like, how do we know about it? I know I saw it when it was first on TV. Like, they just marketed it through regular commercials and stuff. Like, how do we know? Because
it was on TV. It was, and IBM apparently bought all the ads.
Yes. Yeah.
Just crazy.
Well, I mean, how did you find out about anything back then? I guess you just
see it was a TV number. I don't remember.
I do remember kind of checking it out at the time, but I was talking with Durson before the show, and I didn't really catch on to this until about 15 years after it had aired. And I was more of like a late 90s, early 2000s, and was introduced to it by Mrs. Elder.
But you incorporated it into your life.
Yes, now it's a big part. We just watched it 2 nights ago again, so kind of. Of course, we've watched about 17 different Christmas carols in the past week, so if I start getting things mixed up, I apologize. They all kind of run together.
Well, you're lucky because my girlfriend fucking hates Christmas and anything to do with it. Look, we're not watching holiday movies around the house. I had to sneak this one. I had to sneak it. I had to close like my computer. She's like, "What are you watching? Nothing." Turns out it was Christmas Carol.
Sorry to hear that, but hey, it's
Private
okay.
mode. Had to put it on private mode.
Incognito mode.
Yeah.
So the reason it's become part of the, how do we find out about this is, so it was released on VHS in 1995 and then DVD in 1999. So it's been around for a while, but and now AMC does show it, I think, every year as a
That's good because it's
the
good.
rights.
It's worth watching.
It is. The rights were GeorgeCScott owned the rights, which is like funny for the lead actor to own the rights to the thing, but they do things differently over there in England. But so like for a while it was tied up, but it's out there now, so you can find it. I think we had it at our video store that we talked about.
We did. Yeah.
But I never rented it. Yeah. I never watched it until yesterday. So.
No, really? Oh, wow. Yeah, this was like always a big part of my like Christmas. I remember, I don't think I'd seen it probably in 25 years. But we watched it. I watched it like when it was on, and then like every Christmas after. It's like my family was freaking out about it. I think my dad loved Patton, and like it was just one of those things where it was like a big like event when it was on, and then like we watched it every time it was on TV after that.
I feel like that is something that is kind of lost in the holiday season. It's like, oh, tonight is the night that the Charlie Brown special is going on, or whatever.
Well, the Charlie Brown special is being aired this year on PBS.
Oh, all right. That's good.
So it's not just Apple being a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, they came around.
I guess they got some flack for the Halloween special. So anyways, so we don't have to, everyone knows the story of Ebenezer Scrooge and Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. I don't think we need to go through the story, right? I mean, everybody knows.
It's an old guy that hates Christmas and then comes around after being visited by 3 ghosts. Yeah, sees what an asshole he is. So
basically,
essentially it.
The funny thing about this one that a lot of other things don't really get into, I guess some of them do, but the idea is this is the only one that shows like Scrooge's dad, I guess, for example, and his dad's kind of a jerk, So like it's kind of like, well, why did he become a jerk? Well, maybe because his dad was a jerk, And it's funny because in my research, I found out like the idea like that when he says humbug, like Christmas is humbug. I like the meaning is kind of lost, I think, in a lot of people, like what he means by humbug. It's like, I think people would think, he's just being jerky, but like he's sort of talking about, he thinks people are fake and they're not really being charitable. They're not really being generous on Christmas. He thinks it's all just people. It's just a bunch of humbug, like, like humbug, like
a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Like the idea, like the definition of humbug, it's supposed to be like deceit. You're just trying to deceive people into thinking you're
more of like a British meaning. So
right.
It's not really an American English word. Like it didn't really catch on over here. So people didn't really,
right. So
know what they made. I think everybody made up their own explanation, which is kind of like what you were saying before. Like people are just kind of like, it just means I don't like that or whatever.
I don't like that. But the idea is it's supposed to be kind of bullshit. Like, I mean, like, and then this is the one where in this one it's a little different. Scrooge thinks that he's the only one honest enough to admit that nobody cares about Christmas. So he just wants people to not, just to be honest in a way. It's almost like a Holden Caulfield kind of thing, like it's not just a miserly old coot, like GeorgeCScott wanted to add like the real sort of Dickensian layers to it, which I really liked. I really liked that, Yeah.
So I'm glad that it was your first time seeing it. What were your just impressions of the thing? Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, I did. I had a good time. I was noticed because a lot of things too, like you notice, like if you want I think the first version of A Christmas Carol I ever watched was Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is now on Disney Plus.
Yeah, we watched that tonight too.
I'm going to watch it definitely in the next
25
days or so. But like, I love that version. And, and then there's like the Bill Murray version. I remember seeing that when I was a kid, Scrooged. And they, you know, they play a
Pencil
lot
that
of.
in for the 2023 holiday specials.
There you go. Put that down. Yeah. But I mean, you know, they play a lot of things for comedy. Obviously, you know, like, but this one, like, man, those ghosts, they are scary. And the ghost of Jacob Marley, holy shit. Really, that is messed up. Like when his jaw pops open, after, like, oh, that is messed up, man.
And he like the thing that's crazy about that scene is that he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm your partner." Like we see each other like for 35 years. It's like, yeah, I know I'm a ghost, but like, it's still my face.
Yeah,
and my clothes, my dead ghost clothes.
We were discussing that as well. We were like, I don't understand how he doesn't recognize his old buddy. And
he's like, what?
The same thing when he's in the room and with his bed, and he's like, he doesn't recognize his own room and stuff like that. But hey, it's okay.
He's a little freaked out, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
But like, and they have. I noticed because for the first time, because I have like these really nice headphones, and like, I noticed like how the sound design of the movie was really like you were saying, like a theatrical movie. Like they have that I don't know what it is, but it's like a screeching sound, and they use that a lot during like the Ghost of Christmas Future. It's like which they use like on every. Now they use it like on every reality show, and it's like, you're gonna go, oh, if you wouldn't go in the snash room with me, and they were like, they would just use that. But it was just really like well done. Shit, man, it looks really cool. I liked all the effects. Even though
absolutely, no, they did pretty good for 1984. TV made for TV movie. You gotta think. The only other thing I liked, which I made a note of here, so like when he's with the ghost of Christmas Present, who was just the goofiest guy.
That's the guy who played the Equalizer on the TV Equalizer, not the not the Denzel Washington Equalizer.
Right.
Edward Woodward, I think.
Yeah.
He's kind of famous.
Yes. I mean, a lot of these people are kind of famous.
He's kind of like, he plays it like Odin. You know what I mean? Like he's just like,
I think he's a happier Odin. He's kind of jolly, but he also is kind of like, Ebenezer. He's all kind of.
He's jolly until he can't be jolly until he's like here's.
And he's like, "What's his? Is there something in this magical lamp?" And then the guy brings the torch up to the camera, and then they like fade and cuts to the next scene. Yes, my lamp is magical. And then the same thing with, I wish you would put that golden cap upon your head.
No. That's like the dunce cap thing?
Yeah, but then she's like, no, but then eventually when he gets back to the room, there's like this scene where he's like struggling with the hat and like putting it on her and squishing her down.
It's like his rug or whatever.
Those ghosts are cool, man.
Okay, I guess I'll talk about it now because we were talking about Edward Woodward was indeed the actor who played the Ghost of Christmas Present. But also Michael Gough, who most of us will recognize as the Alfred from the Michael Keaton Batman movies. And Cheers fans like myself will recognize Roger Reese, who played what's his name?
Oh, he played Fred.
Fred, yeah.
I got you a Zoom meet and greet with him for Christmas.
Oh,
he died 5 years ago, so that might be. Well,
it's the ghost of him.
But he was he was on a couple seasons of Cheers, and he was very funny.
I forgot he was on Cheers. I was thinking because he was on that Johnny what's his face version of Sherlock Elementary. He played his father, I think. I don't remember, but that was just before he died. So.
I think he was also in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah.
But I thought he was a funny dude. He did die in 2015.
Yeah. We were watching a thing
but thanks anyway, Clay.
We were watching a thing about the history of Thanksgiving, like one of those PBS like American Life or whatever it's called, and he was playing Miles Standish, I think. He was playing Miles Standish.
Timely.
Yes.
So he was well traveled. I mean, he'd been in a lot of stuff, but like never, like he was always kind of like in the in the background or something. But he was also in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. So
Oh, perfect. Well, he's
great stuff. Yeah. Joanne Wally was also in it. Who was also married to Val Kilmer at one point. Joanne Wally Kilmer, another actress that you would probably. She's been in a million things, but you don't always know who that is. You're like, oh, I know that person.
And of course, David Warner is in this as Bob Cratchit, who we had seen in 2 of our Star Trek podcasts. I guess was more famous at the time for playing bad guys. He was also the evil dude in Tron.
Right. It's scary. He was scary in Tron.
Tron for you. Thank you.
I like how when the goose is on the table, or like they taste the pudding, and Evan, you're like, oh, it's like, is Dad gonna be pissed because you fucked up the pudding? It was like the most dramatic part of the whole movie. And then like Ebenezer was like, good enough for Mrs. Cratchit. The good thing it was. He was like, was he gonna beat her or something?
Every time the Mrs. Elder bakes, and she's like, okay, because I can't eat gluten, so it's always kind of an adventure there. So every time she bakes something and she's like, try it, and I always do that. Another triumph, my dear. Another.
Very
that's
well. What I was gonna say, like about the Cratchits as a family. Like they're very nice people. They're very happy for what they have, even though they have so little. But they're not
bad
like
for
the
15 bob a week.
Right. I mean, they're not like the Flanderses. You know what I mean? They're not annoyingly good. They're just like genuinely happy, good people. And you're sometimes, in movies,
class.
you're like, oh God, they're so good. And it seems fake. But they're genuinely good. And they're just like, they just sort of enjoy each other's company. Even when he's like, we must, a toast to Mr. Scrooge, and like, his wife's sort of like, no.
Oh, his wife was Superman's mom.
Oh, wow. This really is quite the cast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The Beth
yeah, she's kind of like, I don't know about toasting Mr. Scrooge. And he's like, he's like,
give him the what for if he were here right now in like human form, not in a spiritual.
But even so, like, it's, like Bob Cratchit is like, no.
He's like, have some chair. Yeah.
Right.
It's Christmas.
Yeah.
And then even at Fred's house, they're all kind of laughing. They don't say anything bad about Scrooge. They're kind of laughing at him,
Yeah, they kind of do though, because when she can't figure out,
she can't come up with a simile.
Yeah, she says, it's tight. The strings. And then, they're like saying, oh, he was probably like humbug when you asked him over here. Can't believe you asked him here. No, he's not coming.
But Fred is like, no, of course, and I'll always ask him.
He's
like Fred
because Fred was told by his mom that Ebenezer used to be a good guy. So he's like, my mom liked him, and so
my mom, his name is Fan.
Yes, and it was weird. Because he says that his father was mad at him because his mother died in childbirth.
Yeah.
It always looked like Fan was a younger sister. So his Fan must be a half sister.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because because otherwise she would be dead.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been even
alive. Yeah.
Maybe she can. Ebenezer's got some city miles on him, I guess.
Yeah, I wish that both of these families, not Fan, but Belle's future family or present family with the other fella there. They were like, oh, look at how many kids there. It was like 1, 2. I counted like 7 kids in their family. And the Cratchits, they need to discover sheepskin.
Haven't they ever heard of putting up?
Yeah.
So it's a very big. A very small goose.
They're good Catholic,
Very small goose for that many mouths to feed. That's all I'm saying.
There weren't a lot of drugstores, I guess, back in the 1800s.
Was in there in the Monty Python movie where the Protestant guy is looking at the Catholic family and going, I have all those kids, but I can use condoms,
The thing that was funny when I watched, I kind of, this is like a movie I know really well, but it was like really cool to just relive it again, like the
In secret.
costumes and everything. Yeah. Like, you know how like Marley's chains are like these big, huge fucking chains. He's just like really locked in there. I've like tried to draw chains like that my entire life. Like they're just like really big, like links, and they're just like, whoa. And it's like, why is he tied down with all that stuff? Like he's really locked down, except for his
But
mouth.
that's because
He let us.
he forged those chains by, in his life by
He
being a
did.
douche.
Yeah, he was a douche.
He did, but then I kept like having my mind kept going off in the little worlds where like, especially when the guy was the Ghost of Christmas Present was just like so like whoa, like big, like over the top, like Santa, or like he was in the movie Excalibur or something. I was just imagining like a Monty Python version of this movie or something like that, like how funny it could be. And like there was a lot of overtones and like jokes I would have made.
Well, that's what I mean. Like a lot of the other versions play it for comedy, and this one is pretty serious. It's a pretty serious ghost. It's like a ghost story, like it's scary ghost stories from Christmases long, long ago. Like this is the scary ghost story from the song. But the one thing I will say that was really scary, and I don't know if they intended it to be that scary, but when the Ghost of Christmas Present opens his robe and there's like two kids.
The two kids.
Yeah, he's like,
what the fuck is that?
That was one of the times where I was like, this is a good time for a double entendre joke, like a Naked Gun. Like, look at this, and he opens his robe and he's got a beaver in there or something. Two beavers, two shaved beavers.
Nice beaver. But like what? So those are Ebenezer's like sort of not real. It's like sort of fake children or sort of
they're metaphorical,
right?
Metaphorical, like
pestilence. It's their greed, want, and right? Isn't that it? I can't remember, but yeah.
I mean, that's just what happens.
Yeah,
basically, is what he's saying, and it's that like, part is the scary part.
This is the part we don't. This is the stuff we don't like to talk about as people, about how we're not good to each other.
Yeah, well, it is kind of
the thing is that like even Ebenezer, like you can kind of see him like you slowly through the course of it, like you see him kind of being brought back to the side of good, like you almost see it that way, and then you're just like thinking like he's even like he's a dick, but he's even like kind of polite about it. He's like, well, I pay for my taxes, and like what, don't we have poorhouses and stuff, like
they call them institutions, I guess, but but I still think, I don't know, I interpret that he's still kind of being a dick. It's like, well, I pay my taxes, like
he's being a dick, but he is like sort of like, now good day, gentlemen, I'll go about my
business. but like we've seen like we've seen real evil in the world where people like just aren't even courteous to each other, or that they lie or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure.
He's just like, he's pretty much, he does like really wish he could go back and be with Belle and not like have turned all his money into investments and spent it on like having a Bob Cratchit life, which could
spend it all on beer.
But I mean, he is hoarding his money when there are starving, and I guess it is kind of like I don't know, it's a weird thing. I mean, like, because in his mind, he thinks these people are too proud to go to the poorhouse, you know what I mean, and go ask for money, which is kind of
it's like the thing. It's like when you see people nowadays that's saying, if you just work hard, things will work out for you. And I think that's Scrooge, and which is not always the case. There are other factors that figure into people's lives that you can't really,
Yeah, and then people of extreme privilege like himself, like, doesn't really see that. He really, like, it's heartbreaking, that scene when in the park when he's late. He's like leaving his poor girlfriend in the fucking snow. Like, she's just sitting in the park bench in the snow in the cold of the winter, and he's like, "Oh, sorry I'm late. I know it's Christmas Eve and everything." And she's like, "You're a real prick."
Oh, he's even worse in the Disney version where he forecloses on her because she was an hour late with the payment or something
That's
like
right.
that. I was like,
And then
wow,
the
he's
Bill
even
Murray
worse.
version, he like he wants to spend Christmas dressing up as like Bingo the dog or whatever the name of the dog is or whatever. And she's like, it's Christmas. These are our friends. We go there every year. And he's like, well, if you would put the needs of the bingo show or whatever the name of the dog is ahead of your own needs, like he don't even see it. You know, it's that part is pretty sad. I mean, it's no matter what version of it, the breaking up with the fiance is always bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's so, and this one is bad. You're right. I mean, they're all bad.
And even well, his like teacher, high school teacher, whoever it is, whatever, the guy that was like, "Put your legs down, time to
That's
have a
Fezzi,
Christmas."
mate.
Yeah, old Fezzi, that's me. Old Fezzi, he's like,
That was you. You should know that.
he's like, yeah, you got to just there's time enough for counting when the deal is done. You know,
Yeah,
like,
that's where Kenny Rogers got the son from.
he's like, look, yeah, that's that. She's bringing your daughters here, eh, Ebenezer, eh?
Yeah, it's like I guess that's like he knew people who could have steered him in the right direction. I guess it's the other. It's kind of the bummer. I mean, very much. It's like, yeah, his dad was a jerk, but he knew a lot of nice people. Like, yeah, his girlfriend and his boss, Fezziwig, and like they all tried to help him, and he just was like, nah, like money. You know what I mean? Like,
Fezziwig is like, you're good at the money stuff. You can do that. But guess what? You can do that and still get all these daughters, eh?
Generous, yeah.
Well, as Fezziwig says, there's more to life than just counting and paperwork.
Yeah, I mean there are
the old legends
that we watch this too. Seeing as how the president is kind of
But there are some parallels there.
Yeah,
he had a very stern father, and he's sort of obsessed with money. So
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, and he doesn't think anything he does is wrong.
It's way cooler. Way cooler.
He's the outgoing president. We won't get too much into it, but I did notice, some similarities there. I'm sure he'll be visited by some ghosts.
Okay, let's get off that subject.
All right.
Or
Yeah.
we'll start yelling at us.
So,
sorry, Tim. Oh, we only have one.
Yeah. But yeah, so I know the ghosts of Christmas yet to come, as they call them in this version, because they're very true to the book in this one, which is another thing that was very cool. I really like. But
GeorgeCScott nominated for an Emmy for the
an Emmy
in a lead actor.
My uncle, my enemy.
It got a big rating too. It was like a 20.7 rating, which, like, by 1984 standards, because like literally there were only 3 channels.
Yeah,
like it was good, but like by today's standards, those would be like awesome ratings.
Yeah. Well, it's like that's more than like a quarter of the viewership watching. So
yeah. But anyways, the Christmas. Yeah, I mean that is scary. You never, he doesn't say anything. You never. So like, it's always scary. But the part with the robe and the kids in the robe is probably the scariest part of the whole thing. But
and
yeah.
Well, here's something about it, almost like this brings me back to the interesting time travel questions or whatever. It's not really a time travel thing, but it's like when he's like at his grave and he's like, oh my God, like I need how can I sponge my name off of this tombstone? Like, if you are brought to the future and show you your grave, like, you shouldn't be surprised because you are gonna die.
Yeah.
I know what I mean. Like, it doesn't say that.
The idea was that there was nobody there mourning him and whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that he was dead. Of course, he's going to die.
Someone
And by the way,
take
that
photos.
tombstone is still there.
Nice.
Apparently, they asked. There was like a tombstone that didn't have anything on it in this graveyard that they were filming in, and they asked permission if they could carve Ebenezer Scrooge on it. And they just left it there. It's still apparently still there.
Once a year, GeorgeCScott would go there with the sponge and try to smudge it up. He's like, I'm sorry, it just won't come off. I keep trying.
But Yeah, I don't think it's so much that that he was dead. I mean, he was an old man, but I think it was kind of just that there was no one mourned him. No one really
No, in
cared.
fact, people were
They were laughing.
yeah.
You're like, well, I guess I'll go because I used to buy corn from him or whatever. And he's like, the one guy says, I'm only going if there's going to be lunch.
Yeah, and they're like, selling off his stuff because he didn't
Stealing
like
it, stealing it and selling it.
Yeah, stole the old dead cat and threw
Like
it off.
Dirks ran in, like grabbed it and stuck it on eBay.
Oh, yeah, I probably would have done that, huh? Live back then. But yeah, I mean, I mean, the future. It was scary for him, but then it's the same thing. He's always kind of like, "Oh, can I change it?" Like,
Is that the thing about George C. Scott in this? Is that he goes from very subtle to very over the top, but it always feels natural to me.
It seems right. Everything about it seems
what
really
his
great.
acting brought to the role. It was just like he is so good in this.
Yeah.
Everyone's good in it, except for the part where Tiny Tim says, "God bless us," and then the whole Cratchit family goes, "Everyone."
Everyone.
I'm like, well, you shouldn't have left that in. That was not so good.
oh, poor you got to leave it.
Well, it's in there twice.
Yeah,
I think.
it's in there twice. It's the second time that they say it where the whole family
Yeah.
says it back to him. That's where it's like, oof, okay, nah. I mean, I get where you're going with this, but it's real. That's hokey. There's like a couple little spots.
There was
when
something that
Ebenezer and Belle break up and they play that very dramatic dun, 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 I'm like,
yeah,
well,
and then
maybe.
in the screeching sound, screech. But also I kind of misremembered the end because I thought maybe because I hadn't seen it in such a long time, but I did kind of like naturally knew every beat of the movie as I was watching it. But I thought that maybe he had visited the Cratchits.
Yeah, they do that in other versions.
Yeah, but yeah, that's probably why there's like so many different versions.
I think in the book he doesn't visit them, and in the book too, the spirits visit over 3 nights, not just one night. So glad that I always preferred to condense it down to one night. It makes it more dramatic.
I have to tell you something. This is like a weird thing, but like my weird job where we do contests. As soon as I started working at this job, they were like, okay, one day of the year, we basically someone has to stay up all night. We do a different contest and pick a winner every hour for 24 hours. And I was like, what? That sucks. And I was like, I'm up pretty late, so I guess that's okay. Like, I could do it till fucking 3 or 4 in the morning, like no sweat, because I'd probably be up anyways. But it was annoying to like, like doze off and then like have to get up, and then
you gotta be on. You gotta be awake.
I don't have to. I just had to do like some computer thing, like I didn't have to talk to anybody or anything, but like I had to do like some computer stuff, and then like be like, okay, well it is 3 in the morning, maybe I should sleep for another, and then I'd wake up again, and so like being interrupted over the course of the one night, given the choice, I would have spread it out over the course of a week.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But luckily, that hasn't happened to me yet. People think I still have the spirit of Christmas in me.
Well, that's very good. I think I remember thinking when I was a kid when they would say like, "Oh, the first one's going to be coming at 11 or whatever," like in the Mickey's version. I was like, "Oh, that's late," because I was like a real little kid.
Yeah,
but this is also the only version. Speaking of similarities and whatever to the book, or whatever, this is also the only version where Scrooge is actually wearing like clothes.
Oh, he's not wearing his like his little
it's like nightgown kind of thing.
His Nightmare Before Christmas, like with Mama and her kerchief and I my cap.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I said night,
or 'twas the night before Christmas.
You said nightmare, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
You knew what I meant.
I know what you meant.
For a second, I didn't.
I thought it's there.
I was like, wait, I forgot.
Good that how the turntables.
On the turntable. So I think, like George C. Scott basically just didn't want to wear.
And who could blame him?
a cap and nightgown and everything.
I think
Especially-
that's maybe the reason that I watch so many shows like Downton Abbey and stuff like that is because this movie was ingrained in me. It's like one of my favorite things ever.
Oh,
I like his clothes. His jaunty red vest at the end.
Yes,
He really
very stylish.
gets dressed up. He's like, "Oh, I got to get dressed."
And everybody's got those mutton chops.
Oh yeah, the old Wolverines.
Yeah.
the mutton chops. But yeah, I mean, it was closer to the book as far as what's
Not 100%, but I mean, like if you've seen the Patrick Stewart version, which I don't recommend, I think that includes more stuff from the book that this one didn't include, like where the Ghost of Christmas Present, I think, has taken him through the air or something, and they go through a lighthouse and they see all these guys on a ship that's in the book, but there's no real. It doesn't add anything to it. It's just showing how people are celebrating Christmas in different places. It didn't really move the story along. So
Well, I have
find that they removed that from this.
Yeah.
I have a note about the original Dickens. It was published on Christmas Eve. Published on 19th of December, 1843, and sold out by Christmas Eve. So it was out
Wow.
and instantly sold out. And then they did before they started doing plays or any adaptations of it, they would just do it as a reading. And the first one of those was 10 years later in 1853. And then Dickens kind of rewrote the original book so that it could lend itself to be read as a story instead of a book, more of a spoken word album as opposed to a novel.
But apparently when he went to read it, and after a couple of performances, because people were paying to come see it, he said, no, take out all the seats and just let in the poor people, and made it free for
that, huh?
poor.
Wow.
I mean, maybe I shouldn't say poor people, but not the rich people. He wanted everyone to be able to see
You
it.
can
not
say
just the
poor
rich.
people on this
All right,
podcast.
I'll say poor people, but yeah, so and that became a thing. He started touring around America with that because
He's sort of credited for reviving Christmas. People weren't really paying much attention to it until this story came around and sort of reintroduced Christmas to everyone, and then it became a big thing again. Apparently.
Yeah. It really is, to me, watching it now, I kind of get a little bah humbug about Christmas, and you gotta buy gifts for family members and stuff, and you're like, does anybody need anything right now? Not even and I was kind of a little bit Christmas is just a bunch of fucking bah humbug. I was feeling that the other day, and I was just like, ugh, why do we do this? And I was I remembered all the times I was in my 20s, and I would call my sister and be like, yeah, I'm not doing any of this Christmas bullshit this year. Fuck this. Punk rock version of me. And then my sister was threatened me. She was like, that might be the Christmas you want to have, but it's not the Christmas that I want to teach my daughters to have. So you better come up to Christmas. Fucking play along. And I was like, all right. And then, it does kind of I do I swung back from the humbug. My humbug meter swung back into, positive after that. But
my humbug meter is generally at Christmas. It's usually towards the Cratchit end of the meter.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you have to. It's fun. I mean, I do remember those days though, Clay, late 20s even, which because I feel even that's even too late to do it. But I was kind of oh, I gotta go see my family. You know what I mean?
And you're broke. You know what I mean? It's
I was broke. And it's this obligation of going on. And then it's oh, and then my brother's going to come with his family. And it's not a big deal. My brother always comes the next day or a couple days later because he has Christmas with his in-laws and stuff and whatever. Yeah. And it's fine. But at the time, I used to be really upset at that. I'm like, come on, how come we never get Christmas? I always got to celebrate Christmas 2 days later. That's the worst thing in the world, but I've gone off of that too, and I'm fine with it now. But yeah, it's funny how Yeah, it's easy to get a little cynical about it, but I broke out my Spotify Christmas playlist,
There you
yesterday, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
But it's easy. It's like in like the middle of November, you can walk into a store and you see all the Christmas decorations and stuff, and you're like, come on, really?
No,
Already?
none of that stuff bothers me.
Well, that's good. That's
So-
very
so
good.
I'm always fine with it. If you want to start Christmas on November 1st, totally fine with that. Doesn't bother me. I don't personally, but
I noticed it by
this year in particular.
the changing
Yeah, exactly.
the changing of the special Reese's candies. So like
Sure.
there's like what I like to call a grace period between November 1st and like November 3rd at the max when
Pumpkins.
when you can get the pumpkins
Mm.
on a discount because it's after Halloween. And then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I missed the discount." And then you're like paying full price for fucking Christmas trees on November 3rd. It's fucking outrageous.
So you like that sweet spot right in the middle.
I like to get in there like in November 1st, ideally.
Because
then you
right
get-
when they open.
Yeah, because
That's really
otherwise
good
you
idea.
show up too late. All you got is sprees and nerds, and nobody wants those.
Freeze. They still make those. Jesus. Wow. I haven't had those in a while. I have heard that the pumpkins have the best peanut butter to chocolate ratio, but I don't know.
That's the way to go.
The pumpkins and the trees, probably. Well,
Probably. I don't know. But
maybe the shape of the pumpkins is a little bit more
well,
Those are
my lady, that's what she tells me.
THICC.
I haven't had one in like 20 years, but the
This could be
the-
the year.
maybe it is. Maybe I'll get a tree this year.
What did you guys think of when the prank, the Ebenezer prank when he's like sitting in the dark, ready to fire Cratchit?
Well,
so
I'll
Cratchit
tell you.
thinks.
I'll tell you this. I like it, and here's why. Because I use it with Mrs. Elder when she does something wrong. Not something wrong like in a bad way, like something like funny, like that you left the drawer open that had something, and the cat jumped up and knocked something off of because of it or whatever. So I'll sit in the room, and when she come in from work or something, I'll just yell, "Mr. Cratchit!"
I mean, it's funny, but I don't know. I mean, honestly, I've never read the book. I don't know if that's something that he did. I've seen that in other versions where he's kind of, like Scrooge kind of pretends.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doubles his salary, and then he's like, "I'm gonna get that kid walking. Don't worry about it."
It's like all of a sudden I'd be like, wait. How do you know all this
Hey,
shit?
how do you know about my son? You've never literally asked me a personal question in the 20 years that I've worked here.
Well, it's funny too, because then when he goes over to Fred's house, he's kind of like, he's talking about all the stuff, and and he's like, "Oh, we'll play simile. You like that, right?" Like it's
Someone
like,
says this.
yeah.
Answer that. If someone asks tight as, you say a drum.
Yeah, that was my other. Maybe it was Kids in the Hall. Maybe it was a Monty Python, but I thought there would be some great use of double entendre right there.
I mean, for a second, I thought he said
tight
tight ass.
tight as a
Yeah,
butthole,
tight
or
as, yeah.
tight as bells,
Tight as an
what
ass.
have you.
But like it's funny because he watched them play it, so it's kind of like none of them are like, "Wait, what?" Like,
And I also was like, he's like, I also said that Christmas was a humbug yesterday, and he's like, I didn't. That was a humbug. I didn't know it then, but I know it now. And I was like, what the fuck happened in 24 hours to you, Uncle Scrooge?
yeah.
That you're totally
But
different man.
That's what Fred's like. That's Fred. Boy, he's
Hurrah.
he's just happy, right? He's hurrah. I love that. He's just happy. Like he doesn't care about any of this other shit. He doesn't care what happened. He's just happy. He's like, okay, you're gonna be here.
Yeah,
sounds good.
And then it's kind of like I'm surprised it's not like a little bit like, okay, like we asked you yesterday, and like we bought a certain size cake. So
yeah, we only got. We were sort of
cake
planning
for-
for not this.
We decided to go Cornish game hens, and you didn't tell me you were coming, and so like now we're like short one. I guess you can have mine. I don't know, but thanks a lot for just coming over like this.
I'm sure Ebenezer can buy. I mean, he bought that giant turkey for Cratchit. I'm sure
I
he
like
can.
that guy, the poultry guy.
It's
He
like,
was
I'll box you on your ears, kid, if you're lying to me.
I know. Why does?
Jeez.
Hey,
I
someone
like
wants
he's
that.
got a little special poultry like carriage that's perfect for carrying around big turkeys. I've never seen anything like that before.
Well, you
I
weren't
like
alive
that.
in
It's great.
1843, so maybe they were everywhere.
And it was like a big long English name like poultryer.
Yeah, I know. It was really weird.
Ye old poulterer.
Poultrer.
Well, I was like, well, I didn't order this. Like, who ordered it? Anonymous. Just
Yeah.
like, okay.
I always wanted like the ending of this for Scrooge to kind of go, yeah, that was me, by the way. All that stuff, that was me.
I know. I mean,
He
like,
doesn't
the idea is
like-
it doesn't matter, but I
Yeah.
mean, you don't need credit. But I mean,
I'm sure Cratchit, like when he went to bed, that night,
yeah,
was
they
like,
figure it out at some point since
you
Tiny
know,
Tim get
I
picked up
just
by
picture him
Matthew's brother.
going to his wife, like, maybe it was Ebenezer actually, considering the double salary, and he wasn't mad that I was late. I don't know, maybe it was him.
and
Making
now
rounds
he's
of
loving our son.
Yeah.
I do like that too. They're just like, Tiny Tim didn't die. It's like, oh,
Ever.
that's good. Ever, yeah. Like, is he still alive 200 years later?
See, now here's if there was a sequel follow-up, which there have been, but not an official one. But I feel that Ebenezer Scrooge would be now one of the ghosts of Christmas something that would visit people,
Oh.
after he died. He'd be like, okay, now I'm gonna pay it forward,
There you go. Yeah. The Ghost of Christmas Present does make allusions to like those of his kind and stuff like that.
He
Like,
said he has
Essentially, he is the
1800.
current year is what he really is.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because he said, how many brothers do you have? And he says, 1,800 or so of them.
Yeah.
so every year there's a new Ghost of Christmas Present.
Yeah, it's sort of like Baby New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you get hired for a job, and it has a certain shelf life. It's all right. Yeah.
I
All
have-
right,
I have some trivia that I found that I thought was pretty interesting.
Let's drop some knowledge on us.
Scrooge paid Cratchit 15 shillings a week. In those days, a feast of the goose. Not you can't eat the ghosts. The goose, 7 shillings. Pudding, 5 shillings. Onion, sage, and oranges, 3 shillings. Would have cost. So that whole meal would have cost a week's pay.
That's
And
pretty interesting.
Tiny
Was that
Tim,
sticky pudding, by the way? Did I ask that?
they just call any sort of dessert pudding. And
I guess you're right. Yeah.
I don't even
I
know
want to
that one.
believe that it's figgy pudding.
I want it to be chocolate because that's what I want it to be like a
did
lava
look-
cake.
It did look like a lava cake.
But it
Kinda
probably
did, yeah.
wasn't. It probably was more like some gross English.
Bring us some figgy
aspic.
pudding.
It was probably like aspic and licorice flavor. Like,
Yeah.
What was Tiny Tim's ailment? Modern doctors have speculated that, based on the symptoms Dickens made up, he had a kidney disease that made his blood too acidic. That condition could be fatal if left untreated due to poverty, but was treatable with proper medical care. So that's what doctors say about Tiny Tim.
Interesting. I guess I never thought what his ailment was.
I always assumed it was the only other thing I knew about that, like polio or whatever. Like,
Yeah, that's what I had.
Right. Like, I mean, what would make
I
it so
don't
he
think
couldn't
that's what-
walk? Like, are we?
He's a gimp. The kid's a gimp.
And those poor kids, like the ones, Tiny Tim, and the ones under Christmas Present's robe, like the makeup on those kids was like horrifying. It's
Yeah.
like
Well,
it's so
they're all
gone.
gone.
Their
No.
teeth were
Yeah.
gross. Oh yeah, everything about them was gross. Ugh. God, but
Look how they
Yeah.
carry him.
yeah. I always remember the Mickey's Christmas Carol. Tiny Tim he looked kind of bow-legged. Like, I don't really know. Like, they didn't obviously they don't explain his ailment, but yeah, like
Yeah, seeing
I
as
just-
how that's only like a half hour long. They really.
yeah. I don't even think it's that long. I guess it's about 20 minutes really, but yeah, like his legs just to kind of just look like they just go in different directions or something. It was very strange, but obviously we don't need to know what was wrong with him in the Disney version. Just But we know that he died, which is pretty dark for Disney.
Yeah.
Disney movie.
Oh, one more thing. Scrooge
Oh,
was
please.
generous in giving Cratchit Christmas Day off. In 1843, most workers would have been denied the day off.
Whoa.
How about that? I guess you're right. But like you said,
Poulterer was working, the ye old Poulterer.
yeah,
Oh, that's like busy time for him though,
Yeah.
He's like the people that are nurses and stuff that
you see a lot of you do see a lot of people out and about while Scrooge is walking through town, you know.
Yeah. Like Michael Gow.
Yeah, and the
Michael Gow is the essential worker of his time.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of people out now. I mean, I've gone to restaurants and stuff and CBS on Christmas.
Didn't we go to the movies? I've been to the movies on Christmas, which I remember our friend Lee was like, I hate people like you. I was like, well,
because he had.
I went and saw Tomorrow Never Dies with my mom, my dad, and my sister on Christmas Day.
I always wanted.
When did we see the Muppets? That was
on Thanksgiving. That was a big day too. That was like everybody's, like 9 families went along to that.
That was great.
Your
mom sat next to each other and shared popcorn.
Yeah, you guys were like a date.
It was like one of the best dates I ever had.
Yeah.
Don't.
Sorry, Dad. No, I will just cut back to you now.
No, I mean, it's a compliment. But yeah, I mean, I understand what because he had to work in a movie theater, and it's it's shitty because like everyone's got to work.
I'm gonna tell you that was one of the best Christmases we had. Like we're still making references to that Christmas because I was delivering pizzas at the time, so I had those pizza things in the back of my car because I didn't bring the things that the pizza guy brings up and pulls out your food, and like we were making jokes about how we were going to pretend that we were bringing packages into the house, that they were all presents to make us look more popular to all the neighbors that we get. So we were always like, packages. So that was like a joke for like 20 something years now at this point.
Maybe they thought you were sneaking in some poultry in those bags.
We didn't bring it into the theater. It was like when we were coming back home, we were trying to impress the neighbors with all our packages.
I was wondering, I wonder if I could get one of those. I when I pick up pizza from like,
I'm sure
the place up the street, I get very concerned about like it's gonna be cold by the time I get home.
I think they have even better ones now. Like they plug them in and stuff.
I have to get myself one.
Yeah, and we did clean them out on a regular basis. I just want everyone to know that.
Oh, good.
Your pizza place.
You could buy one of those on Amazon because the same.
Yeah, I think I might get
delivery bags.
Yeah, maybe I will. Anyways, back to the Christmas. But anyway, I mean, it doesn't really, I mean, things are open on Christmas, I guess. Yeah, but I mean, it's not. I don't think it's a miserly kind of like, I expect you to work. I mean, maybe for some people it is, but like for
because
Ebenezer it was.
Or
sorry,
everybody celebrates Christmas.
Well, yeah. I mean, my Jewish wife used to always get Chinese food every Christmas.
Yeah, I have to actually write something for work that's like where to get Chinese food in Boston on Christmas Day.
She used to also, so we had a friend who was, I mean, he's still our friend, and I think he still works there, but he works as like he works in the hospital, and he sometimes would take the Christmas shift when no one else, would, or he would have to work Christmas because no one else would work. And I think he might have gotten holiday pay or something, whatever it was, but she would like wait for him to get out of work. And then they would go out drinking together because they were like the only 2 people not doing anything on Christmas. Because like his family and everybody were already doing whatever they were doing. So instead of like going out, he would just go home and then they would go out to a bar. Like it's great. So it's kind of funny. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, I think you get some fun Christmas memories. Yeah.
I used to work at that shitty security job where you'd work 3 days of 12-hour shifts. And originally I was supposed to work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then they asked if I would rather do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was like, yes, I'll do that. Get those out of the way. And then I have 4 days off. And I was so glad that I made that choice because I would have had to sit in a fucking parking lot on Christmas Day for 12 hours if it had worked out that year. I was like, oh, thank God I chose this other way around.
Wow.
I didn't like I didn't do it with the looking ahead to when Christmas fell. I was like, I missed every holiday that year that I worked there. Like, I didn't have to.
Well, yeah, you don't know if like you're gonna be there for 2 years or whatever. So you probably didn't want to be, but like
one of the worst jobs I ever worked at. That was one that really makes you question your life decisions.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody though probably took that shift and just whatever?
Yeah.
Oh,
They had to do it. I would have done it
guess
if
so.
I had to be of service. But yeah.
It's not like I haven't worked on Christmas. Being a freelancer, I'm always working. So.
Right.
That's true. I pretty much have worked at least for an hour every Christmas. I like work every day. It doesn't really matter.
So Cratchit had it okay, I guess is what we're saying.
Yeah, day off. So, and most other people in 1843 wouldn't have. So, good on him.
Even miserly Scrooge let him have the day off.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was a jerk in every other way.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to work for him.
Yeah. Because Cratchit probably
I don't even know what they were doing. Like Ebenezer Scrooge had some like corn. He had corn. He was selling corn. They're doing ledgers. Why did he have?
Probably had his finger in every pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In every 1840 pie.
I won't make a Mrs. Cratchit joke.
You're saucy tonight, Clay.
Yeah.
Well, I just kept thinking of these funny jokes that I was like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, you're gonna doing a little Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, it was like, but it was only in my head. Yeah. There weren't even full jokes, but I was just like snickering, haha, myself, my life.
So Clive Donner is the director of this movie. We should point out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I sent you guys Old Dracula, because that was a movie called Old Dracula or Vampira. I sent the thing to Sam, and I was like, have you ever seen this? He's like, no, I've never seen that. But it's like a kind of like a funny Dr. Strangelove Dracula movie.
Wow. I did not know that. But he actually, he's been in
he was like the guy that edited another Christmas Carol. Is that what?
Yeah, he edited the different
50s,
the 50s version. Yeah.
Which the Jacob Marley scene in that where he does, where he says, you were always a good man of business, and business, mankind was my business. In that version, he says, you were a good man of business. He goes, business. We're like, what? Whoa! Did someone just kick him in the nuts when he said that?
What?
So I recommend it just for that one scene.
Ghosts don't have nuts. He directed a lot of movies, though, and he was quite well known. He did Oliver Twist. He did Babes in Toyland.
My favorite. I love it.
And a movie called The Nude Bomb.
Oh, that's a Get Smart movie.
Oh, excellent. Oh,
which was apparently terrible.
Hoping a little more, there'd be some nudity.
I don't think there actually is any nudity in The Nude Bomb, which is pretty ironic. There might be, but
why would they? Why would they call it that? Just try to get you to see it.
Yeah.
Why would they call it Old Dracula?
I don't know. Aren't all Draculas old?
You're right. Very good.
Oh, really but anyway, Clive Donner did pass away in 2010, but his legacy lives on.
Yes.
Whenever we watch The Nude Bomb. No, with this movie, which, as I said, is shown every year on AMC. So
I think pretty much the only one that's still alive from the movie is like David Warner at this point.
Wow. You don't think the kid who played Tiny Tim is?
Maybe he is too, but let's say established actors then.
Right. Well, Joanne Whalley is still alive.
Good. Who did she play?
She played Fan.
Okay.
Fan.
Ebenezer's sister. Yes.
Sister. All right, let's wrap this up then, because we're kind of rambling now.
We're rambling, but check it out wherever you get a chance. It is available now on DVD and stuff. I watched it on YouTube, but go pay for it. It's worth it. And if you want to get into the holiday spirit, this is a good one. This
I
helps.
bought it because I knew I would watch it again.
Very-
Definitely, I might even watch it again this year.
Very good, Clay. So check us out on leaguepodcast.com, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple. And yeah, have yourself a merry little Christmas. We'll
And,
talk to
God bless us.
He's full of faith because she's here and there. He's rainy over Shirley in good cheer. He takes when you live, he eats rollets away his sleigh, and stands at the gate of his burning church on Christmas Day.
Look here! Beneath my robe,